morning. It is June 11, 2024. It is now 9 a.m. I will ask that we call this meeting to order, and please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Father, first we thank you for the many blessings that you bestowed on Orange, Texas. And we ask you today to guide our proceedings. Give us your wisdom, Lord, and help us to make right decisions for the city of Orange. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Hennigan. On to item 3. We have item 3, motion finding that the advanced posting and notice requirements of Article 8.1200 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Orange, Texas have been met in relation to all minutes and pending ordinances and resolutions on this agenda, and that the reading of such items be confined to the captions as are agreed upon by the ordinances and resolutions. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
And Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. On to item 4, citizen comments. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker, and your comments are appreciated. As the Texas Open Meetings Act does not allow the council to respond to items not listed on the agenda, your comments will be duly noted by the council and forwarded to the appropriate department for prompt consideration. A member of the audience that desires to speak during the City Council's consideration of any specific agenda item is requested to notify city staff prior to the start of the meeting. Okay, at this time, the first name that I have on my list is Ms. Mary Ann Fetchin. Please come forward, state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is Mary Ann Fetchin. I live at 4409 Memorial and have for over 50 years. What I've come to talk to you about today is animal policies, particularly the no-kill movement. Dr. Case is usually here to speak to you about animal policies, but she's out of town this time. I'll be able to report back on her activities here in Orange at the next council meeting. She did ask me, though, to talk a little bit about the general concept of no-kill, what it means, and just kind of a, a little bit of a brief overview. What no-kill means is that 90% of the animals that enter a shelter, an animal shelter, come out alive. It's sort of estimated that maybe 10% can't be saved because of health concerns or aggressive behavior or something like that. But for the most part, it's been proven that it's probably 10% or less of the animals that are taken into a shelter that fit that category. So the purpose, the goal of the no-kill movement is to see that others, the healthy, adoptable ones, or the ones that need to be returned to their owners, those actions are actually taken. So it's not an untenable or an unreachable goal. It has been reached in many communities, and I'll say a little more about that. So what it means to be a no-kill shelter is for that 90% benchmark to be in place for that shelter. And what it takes to be a no-kill community means that all of the shelters in a particular community, bricks and mortar shelters, have achieved that goal. And then it can be designated a no-kill community. And by the way, there are about 4,000 shelters in the U.S. and over half of them, 56%, are no-kill shelters. As far as community-wide no-kill, 5,500 communities have reached that benchmark. So it's not an unreachable goal. It's being done, it's proven, it's effective, and I just want to mention a few strategies that are typically employed. One thing is that it shouldn't be something that's imposed just on the city shelter. It should be a collaboration of people in the community, charities, nonprofits, plus the city leaders. But we need involvement of everybody getting involved to try to reach these goals. And it is a lot easier to get people to volunteer to help with life-saving opportunities like adoption events and that kind of thing. If they know that those animals are not, they're not just, spending their time trying their best to save lives and go for something else to happen. So anyway, the programs that clear. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, ma'am. Please come back in the next meeting, and of course, we'll continue to work with y'all. Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Robert Crane.
Robert Crane, 5624 Pine Hill Drive. I had two things on the agenda. The first one, I found out that the stop sign at Simmons and I-10 does not belong to the city. So if you want to put on Facebook, hey, there's a new stop sign, don't run it. Because every morning on my way to work, I watch people try to hit each other right there. And maybe if you see a tech stock guy poke at him, maybe put a little blinky light on it for a little while. But what I also wanted to bring to y'all, I've come before y'all before to talk about us hiring people, sending them through school, paying for class, and all this other stuff. Upcoming, and I've emailed y'all about it before, we do have a free EMT class that's available to anyone. It's a $20 registration fee. Everything else is covered. Unlimited tuition. The class is July 15th. I'm going to get it right this time. July 15th, and then go to becomemedic.com to register for it. Is unlimited admission, so we will find enough instructors to teach the class. I think we're up to about 50 already, but we will find the venue, and we will find the teachers, and we will put the class on. So anybody who might be interested in getting into healthcare, doesn't know what they're going to do, safety, firefighting, wants to come work as medic sometime, work in a hospital, let them know about the class.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. Next, we have Mr. Russell Botley.
Good morning, Council.
Good
Morning.
Russell Botley, 1007 North 6th Street, Orange, Texas. I'm here today to talk about this weekend's Juneteenth Festival, inviting everyone out to come to our third annual Fudiani Juneteenth Festival, which is a big deal to us. And first of all, I'd like to thank the City Council, Jay Trahan, Uncle Steve Jones. It's been a big help to us, and this is a big event to us, and a big event to me, because our crew decided on this about 5 years ago, and look at it now. The third year we started and had a big event out here at the Riverfront Pavilion, providing history and creating culture and bringing everyone together. And this Saturday, starting at 40 gates were open, and we have Jeremy Foucher and the Zydeco Hot Boys, and then and then after that, we have a lady doing spoken word poet in between the acts, between her and Perry Reach, between him and Perry Reach, and on Sunday the same time, the gates open at 4. Little lady Zydeco, Gamblers, and then Roy Anthony, and 2 ladies from Louisiana that's R&B singers that are going to provide entertainment. Also, we have many vendors. We had to turn down vendors that came and wanted to come and participate. People calling us and wanted to be a part of the event. We have Rudy's at the window, the Kona Ice, and we have bounce houses for the kids to come out. So we just ask everybody and the citizens of Bourne and the council to come out and support those vendors and have a good time on Father's Day weekend. And wishing all the fathers a happy Father's Day weekend this weekend. And come out and see us this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, next we have Ms. Octavia Guzman.
Sir, can I ask that Kara go first?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Next we have Karen Fisher. Didn't put the page in on that.
Good morning, Mayor, City Councilman. First, pardon, ladies. For those that do not know me, my name is Karen Fisher. I am your current Orange County Tax Assessor Collector. And I came before you to let you know that after 32 years with the county, I am retiring effective July 31st this year, which will be my last day. It has been an honor working for y'all and your staff. And so I brought Octavia over here because I would like to get her to meet y'all and see. So again, I want to thank y'all for working with me. It's been an honor and a pleasure all these years.
Well, I know we're not supposed to respond, but thank you for your service. But those numbers have always been on point. Nobody went to jail yet, so.
And she will make sure you don't go to
Yes.
jail.
Well, no, once for real, God bless you and thank you for real. It's been an honor to know you, to work with you, and to see this county grow. So congratulations. All right, next we have Ms. Guzman.
Good morning, everyone. Like Karen said, my name is Octavia Guzman, and I'm honored here to come and introduce myself as the new incoming Orange County Tax Assessor Collector. A little over 12 years ago, I started at the tax office, and I have strived since then to learn all of the moving parts that make the tax office run effectively. So I have definitely worked with great tax assessors. I've worked under 2 tax assessors in my 12 years. But I do hope, working side by side with y'all, that we will always keep the best interests of the residents of Orange County at the forefront. And so I look forward to working with y'all for many years to come. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. So does that mean if we come and get in line for our tags, we can skip if we say we know our table? You don't know what
Larry, you gotta know the words to say. I need to talk, so I take.
There you go. Take note of that. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have acting Ogers.
Yeah.
Oliver.
Go ahead. Yeah, if you don't mind, Mayor, she's with the Gift of Life
Okay.
program for our proclamation.
Okay, yes, ma'am. We have the proclamation coming up in just a second.
Okay, I'm sorry, forgive me, Patsy, we're going to speak.
No, I just signed in. I thought it was.
Oh, okay, no problem. We're going to get to you in just 1 second. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? If not, we will close citizen comments and move to city announcements. Mr. Combs? Mr. Trainee? We're good this week?
Wow.
Awesome. We have item 6, consent agenda, April 2nd, 2024, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes. April 23rd, 2024, Orange Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes. May 21st, 2024, special call city council meeting minutes. And May 28th, 2024, regular city council meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second. Ms. Salter? Ms. McKenna? Mr. Chandler? Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch? Ms. Hennedy? Okay. Motion passes. Thank you. On to our proclamation for Men's Health Month. Okay, proclamation from the Office of the Mayor. Whereas June 2024 is National Men's Health Month, and whereas prostate cancer is the most frequently diagnosed cancer in men, aside from skin cancer, and about 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during their lifetime. In Texas, in the medically uninsured capital of the United States, with 4.9 million Texans without coverage, in 2024, it is estimated that 20,790 men in Texas will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and approximately 2,360 will die from the disease. Whereas Gift of Life, in collaboration with its medical partners, makes available men's free healthcare services, including prostate-specific antigen PSA screenings, primary care tests, HIV and hepatitis C tests, along with on-site physician consultations to review test outcomes and navigate men to care. Whereas the Gift of Life will host regional men's health screening events and educational outreach presentations throughout the month of June and July. And whereas since 2000, more than 11,000 Southeast Texas men have received Gift of Life free prostate cancer screenings, helping to extend the lives of 81 men who were diagnosed with cancer and who were provided with access to diagnostic evaluations and treatment. Now, therefore, I, Larry Spears Jr., Mayor of the City of Orange, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2024 as Men's Health Month in the City of Orange, and Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, as Gift of Life Men's Health Awareness Day in the City of Orange, Texas. And I also urge all men in our community to pursue preventative health practices and early detection efforts. Congratulations. You want me to tell?
Yes.
Let's go there right now. Thank you. All right, you got it. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Thank you for this opportunity for Gift of Life to share our life-saving message with you and everyone in Orange. With me is Patsy Owens-Towers, who is one of our wonderful ambassadors with a healthcare background and a survivor. Also, Ingrid Holmes, who's our program strategic manager. We are always honored to be in Orange, and so for us, June is Men's Health Month, but July is Orange Month for us. And so we have our proclamation materials that we'll share with everyone, but we encourage Orange, and with your help, to get men in Orange who are medically underserved, those who have high deductibles or perhaps have health insurance but it doesn't cover labs, to take advantage of our free screening. We'll be in Orange on Saturday, July 13th, and it's new branded for our orange coloration. And so, as you mentioned, Mayor, in the proclamation, we'll be providing nearly $500 worth of free screenings. So these are lab tests that really generally take either a long time to be able to access if you have health insurance. So we'll be in the Orange Baptist campus. We'll be there on July 13th from 9 until 4. We do encourage men to make appointments because we try to keep a real seamless flow so everyone gets in and can go about their business on Saturday. But they'll have appointments. We do accept walk-ins. And when we're there, we'll probably have about 100 volunteers. They're medical professionals, and many of the people and the volunteers from Orange will be with us. We encourage you to attend as well. And the men not only will get the free screenings, but they'll also be given a $25 Jason's Deli gift card for lunch. They get lunch, we have giveaways, and then more importantly, as they finish the screenings and we have educational information, they'll be navigated to on-site physicians who will actually review their point of care, the tests that we have, and importantly, answer any questions that they might have about their overall health. Last year, as you had mentioned in the proclamation, 81 men in our program have had these life-saving services and been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Last year, through our services, 4 men were diagnosed with prostate cancer. Gift of Life underwrites the cost of all of the screenings, the follow-up care for those men who need to see urologists, in addition to the cancer treatment. So the support of the community, businesses, industrial support, and others are what really fuels and sustains our program. As you know, many of you have been to our screenings. We're a local nonprofit. We really are sustainable because of the support of individuals and businesses like yourself. And we have our heartfelt gratitude because Orange CDB has always been there for us and supported our initiatives, both our men's program and our women's program. We have the information for everyone. If we can hand it out, or we'll leave it at the front. But we have our men's screenings where, again, please call us, take advantage of this. You get a t-shirt, lunch, and giveaways. And then, as many of you know, we're also here every month providing our free women's screenings. And we have many available, free screenings available for women in Orange. So we thank you for supporting our cause, for believing in our life-saving efforts. And together we know with your help, we'll continue to save the lives of Orange men. So thank you. It's a blessing from all of us for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again for this time, and may we pass out some literature? Would you like us just to leave it here for people to get?
Yes, that's fine. You can put it right there. Yes, ma'am. We'll get it over maybe to the library.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you on July 13th.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, we will now move to the ordinances part of the meeting. First reading, consider an ordinance of the City Council of Orange, Texas, amending the Orange Code of Ordinances, Chapter 12, Article 12.1000, sign regulations in its entirety, repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance, providing a severability clause, establishing an effective date, and providing a penalty clause and other matters. Mr. Long.
By a vote of 5-0, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommends approval.
Okay, any questions or comments from Mr. Knopf? Okay, if not, do we have a motion?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Knopf. You ready for this one? Here we go. And we got me some water. Consider an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, amending the City of Orange Code of Ordinances, Chapter 12, Planning and Zoning, Section 4.502, definitions by adding a definition for electronic smoking device, amending Chapter 12, Planning and Zoning, Section 12.608, Land Use Matrix by prohibiting Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, tobacco establishments and stands in any zoning district, prohibiting establishments predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in any zoning district, and including the sale of electronic smoking devices in Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, amending Ordinance 2016-15 by prohibiting Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, tobacco establishments and stands, and prohibiting establishments predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in the MUZB mixed-use zoning district, amending Ordinance 2022-14 by prohibiting Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, tobacco establishments and stands, and prohibiting establishments predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in the MUZB mixed-use zoning district, amending Ordinance 2022-15 by prohibiting Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, tobacco establishments and stands, and prohibiting establishments predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in the MUZB mixed-use zoning district, amending Ordinance 2023-20 by prohibiting Standard Industrial Classification Code 5993, tobacco establishments and stands, and prohibiting establishments predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in the MUZB mixed-use zoning district, providing that tobacco establishments and stands and establishments that predominantly selling electronic smoking devices, commonly called vape shops, in operations on the date of final passage of this ordinance and publication as required by the Orange City Charter and Texas law, are hereby declared to be legally non-conforming and must comply with the City of Orange Code of Ordinances, Chapter 12, Planning and Zoning, Section 12.306, application of and compliance with the zoning ordinance, and that this ordinance will be in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance and master plan of the City of Orange, and promotes the public health, safety, and welfare, providing a severability clause, repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance, providing a penalty clause, providing an effective date, and other matters. Mr. Knopf.
By a vote of 5-0, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommends approval.
And I will make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, second, and a third. Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Motion passes. And thank you, Mr. Knopf. To those who may not understand what this means, I know it was a lot, but a while back we asked Mr. Knopf to help us find ways to limit vape shops. A lot of people have complained. I know you've seen it on social media. People have even stopped by my home to ask me, how can we stop vape shops? So publicly, I want to say thank you, Mr. Knopf, to you and your department, because this has been a problem at all of our schools. It's a major issue where children are being injured, and the damage that it does to their lungs is irreversible. So thank you, Mr. Knopf. Thank you to city staff. And this is a big day for us, and hopefully others follow suit and help us stop the bringing in vape shops to these small communities. Okay, on to resolutions. Consider a resolution of the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, conditionally approving a replat of a 0.9797 acre of land out of blocks 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and block number 92 of the amended Sheldon Survey recorded in Volume 1, page 39, map records, Orange County, Texas, MROC, and being the combination of those tracts conveyed to Eric Sr. and Lynetta Johnson as tracts 1, 2, 3, and 4, recorded in file number 496796, official public records, Orange County, Texas, OPROC, and a portion of a 20-foot wide alley abandoned per City of Orange Ordinance number 2000-37 into Lot 7A, Block 92 amended Sheldon survey submitted by Eric Sr. and Lynetta Johnson, and providing an effective date. Mr. Knopf.
By a vote of 5-0, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommends conditional approval. This plat has several areas where it does not meet the subdivision ordinance, and so her recommendation is to approve it contingent upon the plat coming into compliance with the subdivision ordinance.
Okay. Do you have any questions or comments? Okay, so if we make a motion, we can make a motion contingent that the plats become, you can say one more time.
Yes, sir. To make approval contingent upon the plat complying with all requirements of the subdivision ordinance.
Okay. So I'll make a motion contingent upon that the plat come within the requirements that you just stated. Because I don't want to mess it up. All right, we have a second?
Second.
And we have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna? Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Knopf. Item 9B, consider a resolution of the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, approving and adopting the analysis of impediments to fair housing and providing an effective date. Mr. Knopf.
Every 5 years, we're required to conduct an analysis of impediments since we received community development block grant funds. And so it's been 5 years since we've done the last analysis, and Mr. James Gilliland, who is with Big Walk Consulting, which consults to the card to perform the analysis, will make the presentation.
Good morning.
Good morning. James Gillian, J-Quack Planning Group, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I'd like to highlight the results of the analysis of the housing. Also, I'd like to indicate that we are making available the complete document along with this PowerPoint presentation. So I'll go through the presentation over fairly fast. If you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
First of all, to give you an idea, this particular opportunity for the city to receive funds is based on their appropriations for federal grant programs. Recently, Congress approved the formula grants. You'll see at the bottom of the screen the 3 cities here in your area and the amounts that you receive. Orange, of course, received a smaller amount because by population and some other factors, it does not receive the Home Investment Partnership Program funds. This particular regulation has been in place in the program itself since 1995. It requires that in order for you as a city to receive those funds, you must first complete this assessment or analysis of the benefits of fair housing choice. And today I'm just going to highlight the results of that. Orange has to certify in receiving the funds that it has complied with all of the regulations. So this document provides that documentation for your compliance with requirements. It's based on the earlier 1968 Fair Housing Act that was enacted by Congress, and at that time Congress placed that requirement. It's based on prohibiting discrimination in sale and access to financing for housing and housing-related activities. But I would add a note that at this point in our history, many of our most of the issues that we face are more impediments as opposed to outright violations. So, nevertheless, this analysis does take into consideration those protected class members. You see listed on the screen. This is the base level of protected classes that are protected under the Federal Act. Some cities have passed additional protections, if you will, things like source of income and other things. So unless your local city has adopted any additional requirements, it is required to meet at least these protected classes. It's part of a process called the Consolidated Plan. So it's an active part in that. In order for you to receive grant funds, you have to go through each of those particular activities that you see in the diagram in order to receive your funds, and this document helps provide the data that supports that. we look at both impediments to fair housing choice and remedial actions that we'll recommend that you consider as ways that you can help to at least address those impediments. You're not required to take those recommendations, but they are there for your consideration. Much of what we do as a city, as it relates to these programs and the issues that impede fair housing choice, are being defined by the courts. And just here are just 3 recent cases where beyond those protected class members, in the first case, it's a very recent case where landlord was harassing female tenants, sex in exchange for being able to live there. So the courts ruled that that particular action is now a standard for an impediment to fair housing, or violation of the Federal Fair Housing Act. So it's being defined by court litigation on a daily basis. Also, I wanted to share with you just a couple of sort of interesting solutions that other jurisdictions have used. Financial literacy, while many might not consider that an impediment to fair housing, but without financial literacy, without income, one has an impediment in terms of being able to access housing. So many of the states, including the state of Tennessee, has passed financial literacy requirements so that all high school 12th and 11th graders are required to take financial literacy courses as part of their graduation. More interesting, recently I was working with organizations in Rockford, Illinois. One of the big issues that came out in our focus group sessions was truancy and bullying of students. So the jurisdictions got together. They created what they call the walking school bus. And the way it worked is that children who lived in nearby apartment complexes in other areas of the city who typically had to walk to school, and the bullies, what they would do is bully them to not go to school because they felt like there was a victory in numbers if they didn't attend school. So what the school district and parents got together to do was they organized what's called a walking school bus. They hired a security guard. Students met at a particular designated area. They walked to school, and they had their own bus stop, and they returned home in the evening. So bullies couldn't access them, and therefore couldn't bully them into committing truancy. So just give you some sort of innovative ideas. One of the recommendations that we make is that cities could look at things like, even for Orange, looking at using taxi cab services and those sorts of things to get people to basic health care services and that sort of thing. There are a number of items that we have to complete as part of the approach and methodology. They're on the screen and they'll be made available to you, but I'd just like to highlight that it does cover a number of factors that have to be considered. The data has to prove up that not necessarily that you're curing all of these things, but that you are also taking these things into consideration as you move forward to try and address any impediments to fair housing. At the end of the day, our task is to define those impediments that might be occurring. These are the principal areas that our research has to provide data and support. So it evaluates real estate type impediments in terms of cost of housing, availability, and that sort of thing, public policy, neighborhood conditions, banking, finance, and regulatory type issues, and also socioeconomic conditions. Again, you're not required to solve all of these problems, especially with the small grant amount that you receive, but nevertheless, make a very best effort to do that. We had, as part of the process, we had focus group sessions with agencies, organizations, and people within your city to give us input in terms of things that they indicate were impeding fair housing choice in Orange. So it was a very helpful part of the process, both in terms of defining what was impacting people within the city, but also some suggestions. So with that, I will end the presentation, and I'll take any questions.
Well, thank you for coming down and visiting with us and putting forth this presentation. Definitely will dive deeper into it. I had a chance to meet with some other gentlemen from the housing department that were here during the veteran stand down as well. So learned a lot from them, had a chance to have some good conversation. So once again, thank you. Any questions or comments?
I attended one of those sessions where we talked about issues in Orange and from both an agency as hospice and as a council member, and it was very enlightening to participate in that. So thank you.
Anyone else? Good? All right, well,
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Okay. And thank you, Mr. Knopf, again. So we have a resolution. Do we have a motion? Can we have a motion and a second? Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Ms. Henry?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you again. On to item 9C, consider a resolution to update and reaffirm civil rights policies for the city of Orange as related to the General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery CDBG DR program under contract number 24-067-029-E217. Ms. Zito.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the city applied for a grant 2 years ago, in 22, and was finally awarded. It was for $1 million. It's to improve the water and sewer lines in the area, the neighborhood around Sunset Park, that area. And so we have a few resolutions to go through to kind of house cleaning for this grant. So the first one is to reaffirm all of our policies that the city has that apply the grant, that are grant requirements.
Okay. And with that, and so once those are all affirmed, reaffirmed, and we can move forward with that grant. And thank you so much for that to hear. So a $3 million. One, as I'm saying, free
Oh, free.
$1 million. So we can go find like all the other grants you can and hire some more grant writers to help us. That's awesome. Okay, so with that being said, we have a resolution for this one.
Motion.
A motion.
I'll make a motion.
Can we have a motion in a second? Okay. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
A motion passes. On to item 9D, consider the resolution by the City Council, the City of Orange, Texas, designating authorized signatories for contractual documents and documents for requesting funds pertaining to the Texas General Land Office ER-2019 Disasters Fund Mid-Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program CDBG-DR Infrastructure Contract Number 24-067-029-E217. Ms. Zito.
So this is for the same grant. This is just designating certain positions in the city instead of names to be able to sign all the documents.
Okay. Any motion? Have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Burge?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 9E, consider a resolution of the City of Orange, Texas, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract for engineering services for the city's 2019 floods, Tropical Storm Imelda, CDBG-DR 4466 Community Development Block Grant, Disaster Recovery Contract Number 24-067-029-E217, funded and administered through the Texas General Land Office, the GLO. Ms. Zito.
So this is the same grant. And in 2022, when we applied for it, we did an RFP for engineering. We awarded the engineering contract to Fitzgerald. So this resolution is now saying, like, we're ready to put it in place and is authorized city manager to sign the contract.
Okay. Can we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Can we have a motion and a second? Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Burge?
Aye.
A motion passes. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Zito. Item 9F, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Schaumburg and Polk Incorporated for professional engineering services for City of Orange RFQ-2024-11 for 1 year, extendable for 2 additional years. Ms. Floyd.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we advertised a request for qualifications for engineering services. While we can provide civil engineering and design services in-house, we need to outsource certain electrical engineering services, such as heating and cooling system, electrical specifications for City Hall, electrical evaluation of the Brown House, Old City Hall, and electrical engineering needed to repair the UV basin at the wastewater treatment plant. There was a review panel of 4 people who evaluated the firms that submitted. There was 4 total, 3 qualified, and it was unanimous that Schaumburg and Polk was the best for this contract. City staff recommends.
All right, thank you, Ms. Floyd. Do we have any questions or comments for Ms. Floyd? If not, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a motion and a second? Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna? Mr. Chandler? Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch? Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Floyd. Item 9G, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute change order number 1 with T. Johnson Industries Incorporated for bid 2023-11 West Side Water Line Phase 2 project. Mr. Jack.
Good morning, Council. The West Side Water Line Phase 2 was to extend water service, reinforcing water service from Swain Road down to Route 105, down towards Orange Street. That contract is underway. However, we need to go beneath the railroad, and the railroad has instituted some additional safety protocols that were not in the contract. As a result, T. Johnson has asked for a change order of $25,800 for that additional work. That is approximately a 5% increase over the original contract value of a little over $500,000. Staff recommends approval.
So this, and just a quick question for the public to hear. This will allow us to provide water to any new development heading to that area.
That is correct. This is a new 12-inch water line that supplements the existing 10-inch water line that serves that area down towards the low addition.
So replacing and fixing infrastructure.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any questions or comments? Motion?
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Jack. Item 9H, consider a resolution awarding a contract to Allco in an amount not to exceed $235,486 for bid 2024-19, 11th and Burton Lift Station pump replacements. Mr. Jack?
Yes. 11th Burton Pump Station carries approximately 75% of the city's sewer and transports it to wastewater treatment in Donald Jackson. In that station, there is a backup pump that serves in case the other 2 pumps should fail. That pump has failed 5 times in the last 3 years. As a result, this contract will replace that pump in its entirety. There was a bid dispute during the bidding process for this project. The apparent low bidder did not submit the appropriate formwork and therefore was disqualified. The next low bidder was Allco at a total amount of $235,486, which was $18,000 higher than the apparent low bidder, or approximately 7%. After review, staff has looked at this, disqualified the apparent low bidder, and we recommend approval to Allco to replace the high volume backup pump at Burton.
And this, the one like you said earlier, this one is big time.
Yes.
So once again, replacing more infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Jack. Any questions or comments?
Motion.
Can we have a motion and a second? Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Ms. Salter? And Ms. McKenna? Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Jack. Item 9I, Consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute change order number 5 with T. Johnson Industries Incorporated for the rehabilitation of 2 lift stations, sites, and workings in connection with American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds. Mr. Jack.
So following along with the infrastructure, T. Johnson is rehabilitating the pumps and stations at 2 locations. One's off Side Road, the other one is off Parkins Road. During the project, there were unexpected modifications to the 5 pipes that lead to the pumps at these stations. So we're going to need to make some modifications to the piping of those 5 pumps. That total change order is $19,500 to make those modifications. That represents a little over a 2% increase from the original contract value of about $750,000. Staff recommends approval.
Do we have any questions or comments? All right, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Do we have a motion and a second? Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Chandler?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
And Mr. Burge?
Aye.
And motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Jack.
Yes, sir.
I had a chance to speak yesterday at the Lions Club meeting, and one of the things that I talked to them about was that, a lot of times if people don't attend, they can't hear and find out what's really going on. I know last year, a little over a year ago, there were a lot of people who thought we needed to address infrastructure and that we weren't doing of such. So I wish that more of them were here today to hear that, to see that we are doing that. And so thank you and your staff for helping us to address those issues and get the points where we need to be. All right, thank you. So with that, next to City Manager Report, Mr. Combs.
Morning, Mayor and Council. As y'all probably are aware, not tomorrow, but next Wednesday, which is June the 19th, is city holiday and observance of Juneteenth. So the city hall will be closed and the other offices. That's it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Combs. City Council Report, starting at my right, Ms. Salter.
Just thank you guys for coming out here, and we're all doing great things, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Chandler?
Yeah, just say kudos to city staff. We did mini golf at the library. It was a blast. So kudos to you guys who set that up.
All right, thank you. Mr. Burge?
No report.
No report. Ms. Hannigan?
I would like to wish Mr. Birch a happy birthday.
Oh, no. You almost got away.
It's not today. He's in denial. It's this week.
Well, I think someone else's birthday is this week, too.
Yes, Mrs. Hennigan's is tomorrow.
Well, look at you. We're going to get both of y'all in. All right, Mr. Childs?
No report.
All right, Ms. McKenna?
Happy birthday, everybody, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and I look forward to seeing you on Juneteenth out at the boat ramp. Come on down.
Yes.
Just to clarify, one of us is younger than the other.
Does that person want to raise their hand? No? All right. With that being said, hey, listen, thank you all for coming today. Juneteenth is a wonderful holiday to celebrate. So thankful that was finally put into place to be able to observe and let people stay home and enjoy their families. It's a chance for us to be a community. For those who may not look at it that way, talking about Juneteenth and the story of showing up in Galveston, even if it was 2 years later than what President Lincoln had signed. But I can imagine the day that the colored people of the community, the colored people of Texas, when they heard that they were no longer under slavery. I can't imagine how that felt. So we get to celebrate because African American history is American history. And we're all in this together. And so let's continue to push forward. Happy birthday to both of you. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Caroline and Paul. Which one is older of the two? All right, with that being said, we will now adjourn to close executive session. Deliberation of the city attorney, legal counsel pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation on collective bargaining agreement negotiations with the Orange Municipal Police Association. Thank you. You may hang out in the library or watch the construction of session is take action as necessary regarding item 11A. There's no action to be taken. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank y'all.